Hey there, Marcus here with BlackOvis. Today we are at ATA 2022. We are visiting Easton, and they are showing us a new product they've come out with. It's a new arrow, it's the Sonic 6.0. Here with Clint Warner, he's going to tell us a little bit about the arrow and how it came about.
Yeah, so this is the Sonic 6.0. So what's cool about this arrow is it's mass weight. So it's a very, very light base weight shaft. Now we did that so that you can have an arrow that you can go really fast with or go really heavy with. There's a trend in archery right now where shooters are adding a lot of mass to their arrow. They're building heavier arrow builds for better FOC and better penetration while hunting. Those are all good things. One of the downsides or the trade-offs to doing that is your overall arrow speed goes down and it limits the range that you're going to be able to shoot your sight and your bow based on how much room your sight will move. So the idea with this is if you can start with an arrow with a lighter shaft weight to begin with, when you add back the weight in the form of a brass insert or a heavier broadhead for better FOC or a collar or whatnot, it's going to bring your overall shaft weight up, but keep it in a manageable level so that you might still, for example, if I build a heavy arrow build for my bow with a normal weight arrow, it gets me down in like the 240, 250 range, speed-wise. Switching to an arrow like this, it'll put me back to that 280 to 300 speed range for me. So I would prefer that because on my sight, I might only get 70 yards out of the slower arrow where I could get to the 100-yard max on a faster arrow.
So when you start with a lighter arrow, less weight is actually more when you're putting it in the front of the arrow.
Yeah, if you start with a lighter GPI shaft, for example, on the new Sonic, the 340 spine is 7.8 GPI.
Yep.
So if you were gonna, let's say you wanted to achieve, at the end of it, I want an FOC of 15%. You need to get there, you would require less weight added to get you to the 15%.
Exactly.
So the end result is an arrow that, you're still at your 15% FOC, so you're going to maximize your broadhead tune and all of that. You're still going to add, good mass, good momentum for good penetration, but it took less to get you there, and so then your overall speed of your bow setup is going to be higher.
Yep, that makes sense. So I also know that there were a couple arrows before this just came out that this might be replacing. What were those?
Yeah, so the Easton arrows that were in the line previous to this was the Hex and the Bloodline. So the Bloodline and the Hex were two models. The Hex was the lightest weight of all of them. Bloodline maybe was a little heavier, but this arrow's made in the USA. The Hex was not, so we're a USA company. We want all of our arrows to be made here if we can. And so now with the Sonic, all of the Easton compound hunting arrows are made in the USA. So that was the primary driver for that, was to be able to consolidate some models into one. The other thing that's nice, with the Sonic, you get a Hex weight arrow, but at a Bloodline price point. So the Bloodline came in at a little lower price than the Axis arrow did, but the Hex was more money than that. The Hex was a more expensive arrow. So what you're getting is our highest performance weight carbon arrow at a very, very, very good price. It comes in less than Axis on price.
Awesome.
So,
and going back to what you said before, that this is a lighter arrow, how does that affect durability?
Yeah, it's a good question. So durability, by the way we measure our durability internally, this performs very, very well in our internal metrics. And I wouldn't have any qualms about trusting this on an elk or any large game animal. It's great.
Awesome.
So I have no concerns that way. And that's something that you have to keep in mind. There's always a trade-off with everything, right?
There is.
When you make arrows lighter, it doesn't matter who makes them, you have to use different carbon fiber. And if you use stiffer, higher modulus carbon fiber, that's how you get arrows lighter. Anytime you do that, there's always a trade-off. And it's our job as manufacturers to try to optimize the design to make sure that you're getting the best strength possible. And that's what we try to take pride in what we do. But this performs really good in durability tests for us, and we're pleased with that.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for giving us a basic overview.
Yeah, there's one more thing that I think is a big deal that I'm going to mention on this one. So the Sonic 6, that's one new thing that we did that we haven't done yet. We're the first arrow maker that I know of to do this. It's every Sonic arrow comes factory fletched with a 3-degree helical from the factory.
Oh wow, that is pretty exciting.
So it's a factory helical fletch, which is really great because there's a lot of people still that shoot fixed blade broadheads. That's going to be right out of the box. You got an arrow that's going to tune better with a fixed blade head than a standard fletching. And then also just people that don't know any better are going to have a better experience shooting this arrow because of the helical fletch.
Yep.
It's just a better way to do it. And then also the Sonic comes with our bully vane. Now the bully vane, for those that don't know, it's a vane that we made in combination with Boning. So Boning is the leading vane manufacturer in the country. It's made to the same shape as the popular Blazer vane, but we're using the heat material.
Okay.
So the Boning heat vane, which is their premium vane, it's a stiffer material.
Yep.
That's what we're using for this product, and we don't charge you extra because we're using a premium vane on this product. So it's a super stiff vane, it's a high-end vane, factory helical.
Yep.
It's got a great weight spec to it. The other thing that's nice with the Sonic is it's available in a 250 spine down all the way to a 600 spine. So a huge range of sizes.
Absolutely.
It'll fit a shooter pretty much of all, ball body types. If you're a lady short draw, we got the 600 to be great for them. If you're tall, big arm guy, the 250 spine. So it'll be an awesome product.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of neat features that have been built into this arrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for the basic overview.
You're welcome.
Really excited about this new arrow. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to comment below. We'll be happy to get back to you.